Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I want to go through doing a OnShape tutorial for this centroids activity. So one of the things we want to do first is make sure that our units are in agreement. So we should be able to click on Document menu and choose Workspace Units, and I want to be measuring in centimeters so that we match what we did in class. So I'm going to set that to centimeters. And then we're going to start a sketch. I've got a sketch that is about 5 inches or 5 centimeters wide and 8 centimeters tall. So let's start that. When you look at an XYZ plane, Z is usually up and down. So we have the front and right. Those are going to be into the Z axis. I want to try to make it match our X and Y displacement. So I'm going to choose top. And then press the letter N for normal to the plane and P to get rid of the planes. One of the things I suggested that you do was to make sure that your sketch started at the origin. I'm going to switch to construction lines, and I'm going to start with an 8 centimeter wide and a 5 centimeter tall wide. Hang on, let's do it this way. I'm going to do a rectangle here. And the width is going to be 5, and the height is going to be 10. Okay, so there's my initial sketch. I'm going to press Shift 1. That's not the one I want. I want to find the one that shows me from the top. That's the one. So, all right, now I'm going to switch to another thing I want to add in here is a center point line across. Let's just do a line from one side to the other. I want to make sure this is construction, and there we go. So now I have a center for my rectangle. This is going to give me a reference point. All right, now the bottom square, I'm going to switch to object lines now, is going to be 2 by 5. So I should be able to click here. I did not get into so I'm going to hit Control C. I should be in object line, and it drew a construction line. So starting at the origin, looking at my dimensions. Okay, it's locked in on the 5. So the 5 is good, and I need 2 right here. Okay. Similar thing on the top. Okay, so that 5 is okay. It's complaining because it has a 5 and a 5 there. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to do another rectangle here and click there, 5 and 2. What I could do to make life better, I should be able to escape with the rectangle tool. No, we're going to just keep going. I could delete those, I think, and that's not letting me delete just the dimension. Alright, so the other thing I want to do is I'm going to put a point that on this line, and that needs to be a dimension. We're going to put that point from here to here, should be 2 centimeters. So I'm going to put a 2 there. Okay, and then I'm going to do a rectangle that is 1 centimeter wide and goes all the way down to this one. So I'm going to change this to 1. And 6 is exactly what I want. That looks good. Alright, so it's giving me some of these red lines here because they're bound to other things, and that's okay, as long as it works. So it's complaining. Alright, so here's my sketch. I have the eye shape, and I used my dimensions, sort of. Oh, I changed one, sorry. I was originally going to do 8, and I did 10 instead. It doesn't matter. Anyway. Model your shape just like this. Then we're going to, I like to do Shift and the number 7 and change this to a extrusion in an isometric view so you can see what it's doing. So I'm going to hit extrude, and I'm going to choose all the shapes from the top to the bottom. I'm going to change this from 2.5 centimeters. Let's make it 0.1. And the reason I want to do that is I want a really thin shape so that when we're seeing the values for the mass properties, it's not confusing. So, finish that. So now I have this lovely shape. So I'm going to choose part 1 over here, and I'm going to right click on this and assign a material. ABS is a really quick one to pick. That's a dense plastic that you use in 3D printing commonly. And when I do that, I should be able to click on mask properties right here. So I want to see a screenshot of this, and I want to see a screenshot of this. So you can see my X and Y displacement are just like what we did in class, and the Z is telling us that it's real thin. So the Z we can ignore. And I would like you to compare these values to what you see in MD solids. So that's enough of that. Thank you so much. Have a good day.